Hey, hi everyone, this is Mukesh from learn-automation.com. So today we'll see what are the challenges you will face while working with iBrowser. So this is very common question nowadays in interviews as well, like what are the challenges you have faced while working with different browsers, what are the issues you have faced specific to IE browser. Frankly speaking, I don't find any issue with Firefox and Chrome, but in reality, I has some challenges, and I'm going to list down top four challenges which I faced, and how we can remove all this or how we can fix all these issues. So let's get started. So the issues with iBrowser, the first one is the zooming issue. So if you are working with I first time and if your script is failing, then you need to check out. Uh, it can be either zooming issue, protected mode setting, or other issues which I'm going to tell you right now. So the zooming issue is until your browser zooming level is not set to 100%, you cannot run your Selenium script in iBrowser. I will show you all the challenges with real-time examples. Second one is protected mode setting. So we have some default settings in iBrowser. So we have some security zones. So until all zones either set to protected mode or default mode. So all four zones should be same. So if any one of label is not set to protected or default, it will throw exception. I will show you this as well. XPath changes in iBrowser. So when you work with cross browsers, so let's say you want to run one script in all three browsers, so you will notice 95% XPath will work fine, but sometime XPath changes in iBrowser because every browser having a different implementation. So for some element this XPath might not work. So in that case we have alternative, we can use CSS. CSS will remain same for all the browsers. So if you are completely new to CSS, you can go to my previous tutorial and check how to write CSS in Selenium WebDriver. So the last one is SendKeys performance. So currently there are two versions we have for iDriver. One is 32 and 64. Even though I'm using 64-bit machine, and if I use 64-bit driver, then SendKeys performance will be worst. It will take 3 to 4 seconds to type one character itself. So I will show you all except the XPath one. XPath one comes like sometimes only, it's not like reproducible every time. So in case some elements are not working in iBrowser, then you have to change to CSS. So let me show you one by one. So this is my class, this is my package which I already created. I will create a new class and I will say test IE browser. I will take public static void main. And if you are not aware how to start iBrowser, I have discussed in the previous videos. So I will start the iBrowser. Driver, sorry, I need to set the driver. So I will say system.set property. So the property is webdriver.ie.driver and the value should be the driver path. So I have already downloaded all the drivers in a separate directory. So I have two drivers, one for 32, one for 64-bit. So I'm using 64-bit machine, so I will use this driver as of now. So I will press shift key from the keyboard, and if I right click, I will get one option, copy as path. I will copy the path as well. And you can keep this driver inside your working directory as well in your project itself, so that you don't have to give the lengthy string. You can take the direct path from your custom directory. But as of now, we are taking directly from my G drive. And the application which we want to start, let's say this orange HRM application. So I will say driver.get, and that's all, and I need to type username here. So I will right click, inspect. I just want to type something, so you can see I have name, ID. So let's take the ID and I will say driver.find element by ID, and the username which we have to type is admin. Okay, so let's begin. Let's run this test case and we'll see what kind of exception it throws and how to rectify all these exception one by one. So I just started and you can see it failed. So you will get one exception called session not found exception, which is coming from this particular package. Now if you try to see this, it says unexpected error launching iBrowser. Protected mode settings are not same for all zones. They will give you clear instruction. Enable protected mode must be set to the same value. Either you can enable or disable all. So now if you start your iBrowser, how to fix this? Just go to the settings and click on this internet option. So you'll get this four security settings. So you can see we have four zones here: internet, local internet, trusted site, and restricted. So internet is enabled, local internet it is not enabled. So I will enable this. This is already enabled and this is disabled. So I will enable this as well. Click on apply, click on OK and close the browser. Now let's run this script again, and this time you can see browser is started, but it's not loading the URL. Why it is not loading the URL? Because we got one more exception. Again, it's session not found exception from the same package. Now if you see here, the unexpected error launching iBrowser. So they will give you clear information. Your current browser zooming level set to 75%. It should be set to 100%. No problem. So again start your iBrowser. If you see here, currently the zooming level set to 75%. You can make it 100%. Close the browser and just cross verify whether it has updated or not. Yes, right now all the settings are correct. Zooming level is correct. Now if I run the script, okay, you can see I'm using latest iBrowser version. So you can see started my application, but when it comes to typing, you can see it's typing one character at a time. For each character, it takes more than 3 seconds. That is the current issue with 64-bit. So for this, you can downgrade to 32-bit driver and you will not see the send keys performance. So this is a known issue from Selenium 2 itself, but still they have not fixed. Uh, so what you can do, you can use the 32 one. I have already 3264. So this time I will use 32 and you will see the difference. It will type immediately. So in spite of 34, I will just make 32. So right click, run as Java application. And now you can see it is starting 32-bit driver. It typed very quickly. Let me run it again. And you can see it gives you information which version you are running, 32 or 64-bit. So for 32 you will not get any issue. And the last one which we discussed, XPath changes sometime. So in case if you are running a script in iBrowser and some scripts are failing due to some XPath, then you can write CSS for that particular element. It's working now. You can see all the four issues we have discussed. Now one more thing. Right now you can see I have to set this all the time. So if you don't want to set this, if you want every time it should take automatically. Same thing we have to do for Chrome, right? If you remember for Chrome as well, we need to give the path. For Firefox also we need to set the path. So if you don't want to set the path and again, so what you can do, you can set in your environment variable, so it will take automatically. So in the next video, I will show you how you can do this. Uh, as of now, that's all I have for this video. If you're still hanging out, then feel free to contact me. Have a nice day.